Good morning and welcome to a new update in which altcoins are correcting quite heavily and Bitcoin is just consolidating and is eager for a breakout. And what should you be watching? And that is what we're going to discuss in this relatively short update. It's bank holiday today in the Netherlands, so we're going to have a very short one. I'm going to visit KLM Dutch Open later today. Gonna be fun. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe and like this YouTube update. It's free. It's helping me a lot to grow this channel. Check out our newsletter and premium membership where I share all the trades that I do. Also, do not forget to check out my Twitter where you can find daily content on the markets regarding TA, FA, macroeconomics. And when we're discussing macroeconomics, we can also conclude that yesterday with the FOMC minutes, nothing really came out. We already know everything. And we should be looking at the actual inflation numbers and jobless claims, which is going to come out in the next few days. And those will be giving us a direction of the markets. If the inflation is going to skew or consolidate, in which the Fed and the measures that they have been doing are actually working, it could be a reason that the Fed is slowing down the actual monetary policy or keeps it like this. And we also know that if the inflation is going to come down, the expectations are that the Fed is gonna lower the interest rates. There is a possibility that we have temporary inflation because we have temporary shocks with the supply chain opening up after the corona pandemic has been going away. And we also know that the Ukraine-Russia war is a temporary or has a temporary shock to the market. So if we look further from now, we could be having a lower inflation rate for next year if the measures are working out, and we could even be looking at deflation a few years from now. So right now the window is that we still have a very high inflation number. That's why we should be looking at the coming days with the actual impact of those numbers of the jobless claims and the inflation. And we have to see what the indices are going to do out of that. Now, when we're looking at altcoins, the altcoins are dropping down quite swiftly. And that is a reason of uncertainty. Bitcoin is just consolidating, so altcoins are sold off towards Bitcoin. And the question is going to be whether altcoins are going to bounce back up or whether Bitcoin is going to nuke all the way through support, in which it's very remarkable and comparable to what we have been witnessing in 2018. And that's what we're going to cover in the TA part. So I don't really have to say to you that we're going to get towards the climax of the breakout of Bitcoin, right? So we've got this pennant, we've got a downwards move, so most likely we're going to break south if the structure continues to move that way, in which the trend continues to move south. Even though if we are going to break upwards, the resistance zone is found around 35k, and I think that's going to be a remarkable short period there. But what we see right now with Bitcoin is that this getting towards this climax, the volume is draining down, the amount of confirmations are dropping too, which means that people are not finding spots to actually trade at this point. So the actual volume is going to kick in when it breaks through crucial levels, which we can see on the lower time frames for Bitcoin. We can see that we've had a very small and tiny structure as well, in which the crucial area 29.3k is actually holding here. We've got a range resistance at 30.2k. If 30.2k breaks, I think we're going to consolidate further and we're going to have that move towards 32.8 and 35k. If 29.3k breaks, I think you want to clearly look for shorts and we're going towards 26k. So that is ultimately the trades or everyone is looking at this point when it comes to Bitcoin. And I think that if you're looking at altcoins at this case, or in this case, we can technically see that altcoins are dropping down because of the uncertainty, because of the fear in the markets, as the fear and greed index is still relatively low. When we're looking at Ethereum, we've got a clear rejection at the range high again. We've got a nice breakout, or we tried to break out towards 2015 here. And now we're testing support for the third time again. If we are not able to break through 1940 and we're dropping down, this is your short trigger, and we're looking at 18 and possibly even 16 next. If we do break here and consolidate, next area is the area around 2050, and we're most likely going to continue making upwards movements. But that is the trick right now. We have to look where Bitcoin is going to break out to. And if this is not the case, and if we are not going to get this breakout or flip off 30k, it seems likely that the entire market is going to go even further down. When we're looking at the DXY, we've got this round back up. We are even dropping back south again. So the scenario is playing out here. If we are looking at the daily time frame for the DXY, it looks like we're going to get some more downwards momentum. Also fueled by the fact that the ECB is starting to hike the interest rates. So today the question is going to be, what are the jobless claims? What is the reaction going to be on the markets in itself? And overall, if Bitcoin is going to make a breakout out of this trend, and if it does and flips 30k, it is eager for continuation, in which we could be expecting 31.1 and 32.8, and that's going to fuel the altcoins as well. Nothing more. I think that is the update for today. I'll be back tomorrow with a longer version. Don't do stupid shit, and I'll see you tomorrow. Like the YouTube video beneath, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and have a wonderful day.